Hello and welcome to the English Podcast Lab. I'm Mike, and today we're diving deep into a true classic of self-help.
Oh, Think and Grow Rich.
By Napoleon Hill.
Yeah.
Joining me is Sarah, who's going to help us unlock the wisdom of this incredible book.
It's amazing how a book written almost a century ago can still be so relevant today, isn't it? Hill's insights into success are truly timeless.
Yeah, one of the things that always grabs me about this book is the story of Edwin Barnes.
Oh, yeah.
This guy was dead set on working with Thomas Edison.
Right.
Even though he was basically a nobody.
Oh, absolutely.
Right.
Barnes was so determined that he hopped on a freight train just to get to Edison's office.
Do you believe that?
He walked right in and declared his intention to become Edison's business partner.
It's like something out of a movie.
I know, it's almost unbelievable, right?
And the amazing thing is that it worked.
It did.
Edison saw something in Barnes's unwavering resolve and gave him a shot.
That's amazing.
That really speaks to the core message of the book.
It does.
Burning desire is the starting point of all achievement.
Precisely. Hill argues that desire isn't just wishful thinking. It's an intense, all-consuming passion that drives you towards your goals.
Right.
It's the fuel that propels you forward even when things get tough.
Okay, so we need that fire in our belly.
Yes.
But how do we translate that raw desire into tangible results?
Right.
Think and Grow Rich outlines 13 principles,
Yes.
and they all work together like pieces of a puzzle.
It all starts with defining exactly what you want. Hill emphasizes the importance of clarity, knowing precisely what you're aiming for. Whether it's a specific amount of money,
Right.
a dream job, or a fulfilling relationship.
So it's not just about saying, I want to be rich or I want to be happy.
No.
It's about getting crystal clear on what those things actually look like for you.
Absolutely. The next step is to determine what you're willing to give in return for achieving your desire.
Okay.
There's no such thing as something for nothing, right? You have to be willing to put in the effort, the time, the sacrifice.
That makes sense. It's about recognizing that achieving our goals requires commitment and hard work.
Yeah.
What comes next?
Setting a deadline.
Okay.
Hill stresses the importance of creating a sense of urgency. This prevents you from procrastinating and helps you stay focused on your goal.
Okay, so we've defined our desire,
Yes.
established what we're willing to give, and set a deadline. What's next on the list?
Creating a plan.
All right.
Hill believed that success doesn't happen by accident. It requires a well-thought-out plan and the discipline to follow through.
So it's like building a roadmap for our success,
Yes.
breaking down our big goal into smaller, manageable steps.
Right. And don't forget to write it all down.
Okay.
Hill emphasizes the importance of putting pen to paper, making our goals and plans tangible.
It's almost like we're making a contract with ourselves,
Exactly.
solidifying our commitment. What about the last two steps?
The fifth step is to read your written statement aloud twice a day, once in the morning and once before bed.
Got it.
This reinforces your goals and helps program your subconscious mind for success.
So it's like planting those seeds of desire and belief deep within our minds, nurturing them day after day.
Precisely. The final step in turning desire into reality is faith.
Okay.
Unwavering belief that you will achieve your goal. It's that inner conviction that fuels your actions and keeps you going when doubts creep in.
So we've got desire and faith,
Yes,
two powerful forces working together.
they are.
But what about those times when things get really tough?
Right.
Those moments when we feel like giving up?
That's where the principle of persistence comes in.
Okay.
Hill talks about persistence as a state of mind. A refusal to quit no matter what obstacles you face.
This reminds me of the story Hill tells about a man who gave up on his gold mining dream just 3 feet from striking it rich.
Oh, yes. That story perfectly illustrates the dangers of giving up too soon.
Yeah, the man and his uncle had been drilling for weeks with no luck. They were so discouraged that they sold their equipment to a junk man for practically nothing.
I know, it's heartbreaking, isn't it?
It is. They were so close to achieving their dream.
But the story doesn't end there. The junk man, sensing an opportunity, consulted a mining engineer
Oh, wow.
who discovered that the gold vein was literally just 3 feet from where they had stopped drilling.
Oh, man, that's got to sting. Talk about a lesson in never giving up.
It underscores how persistence is crucial for overcoming setbacks and achieving long-term success.
This also highlights the importance of seeking expert advice, right? Sometimes we need a fresh perspective to see what we're missing.
Indeed, Hill dedicates an entire principle to the power of the mastermind. He stresses the importance of surrounding yourself with a group of supportive, like-minded individuals who can offer guidance, encouragement, and accountability.
It's about recognizing that we don't have to go it alone, that collaboration and shared wisdom can amplify our success.
Absolutely. We've talked about desire, faith, persistence, and the mastermind. What other principles stand out to you, Mike?
You know, one that resonates with me is the principle of specialized knowledge.
Okay.
Hill argues that general knowledge, while valuable, isn't enough to achieve true success. It's specialized knowledge focused on our specific goals that gives us a competitive edge.
I see your point.
Yeah.
In today's world, with so much information available, it's more important than ever to focus our learning and develop expertise in our chosen fields.
This reminds me of how detailed some resumes are these days.
Oh, yeah.
It's not just about listing your qualifications.
Right.
It's about showcasing how your unique skills and knowledge can benefit a specific company or project.
Right. It's about demonstrating that you're not just knowledgeable, but that you've honed your skills in a way that's directly relevant to your goals.
So we need that burning desire, unwavering faith, persistent effort, a supportive mastermind, and specialized knowledge to guide our actions. What else does Hill emphasize?
He dedicates a whole chapter to the power of imagination, arguing that it's the workshop of the mind where ideas are born and transformed into reality.
This makes me think of Steven Spielberg and how he used to sneak onto the Universal Studios lot as a teenager.
Oh, yes.
Like, how did he even do that?
Spielberg's story is a classic example of imagination fueling action.
Yeah.
He was so determined to become a filmmaker that he dressed up in a suit, carried a briefcase, and confidently strolled past security guards pretending to have a job at the studio.
It's like he willed his dream into existence through sheer imagination and audacity.
I know, it's incredible.
He spent months immersing himself in the world of filmmaking, learning the ropes.
Wow.
And eventually even got a chance to show his work to a studio executive.
That's amazing.
And from there, his career took off.
Wow.
It's incredible how far imagination can take us.
What's fascinating is that Hill differentiates between two types of imagination.
Okay.
Synthetic and creative. Synthetic imagination involves rearranging existing concepts or ideas, while creative imagination taps into a deeper source of inspiration.
That deeper source being what Hill refers to as infinite intelligence, right?
Yes.
That almost sounds mystical.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But Hill believed that our minds are capable of receiving insights and inspiration from a higher source.
Okay.
Especially when we cultivate a state of intense desire and faith.
So it's about opening ourselves up to possibilities beyond our ordinary understanding.
Yes.
Trusting that guidance and inspiration can come from unexpected sources.
Precisely, Hill believed that when we align our minds with our desires and cultivate a state of receptivity, we open ourselves up to a wellspring of creative potential.
This has given me a lot to think about.
It is a lot.
We've covered desire, faith, persistence, specialized knowledge, the mastermind, and imagination.
Right.
It's amazing how these principles build upon each other, creating a powerful framework for success.
It is a powerful framework.
And we've only just scratched the surface.
I know, right?
There's so much more to explore in Think and Grow Rich.
There is.
Well, stay tuned, folks, because we'll be diving even deeper into Hill's principles in the next part of our deep dive.
Welcome back to our deep dive into Think and Grow Rich.
It's amazing how much wisdom Hill packed into this book.
I know, right? We've already covered so much ground.
Yeah, but there's still so much to unpack.
Absolutely. In the first part, we focused on the foundational principles. Desire, faith, persistence, specialized knowledge, the power of the mastermind.
Right.
And imagination.
Yeah, these are all essential ingredients for success.
Right?
But they're only part of the story.
Yeah. Hill doesn't just tell us what to think.
Right.
He also provides a roadmap for putting those thoughts into action.
That's a great point.
Yeah.
One of the principles that he emphasizes is organized planning.
Yes.
He argues that success doesn't happen by accident.
Right.
It requires a well-defined plan and the discipline to execute it.
Exactly.
This reminds me of those entrepreneurs who have these brilliant ideas, but struggle to turn them into successful businesses.
Right.
They might have a fantastic product,
Right.
But without a solid plan for bringing it to market, it's unlikely to take off.
Exactly. It's not enough to have a great idea.
Right.
You need a roadmap for turning that idea into a reality. Hill recommends breaking down your goals into smaller, actionable steps, setting deadlines,
Okay.
and regularly reviewing your progress.
It's like building a house, right? You need a blueprint,
Oh, yeah.
a timeline, and a team of skilled workers to make sure everything comes together as planned.
Perfect analogy. And just like a construction project can encounter unexpected delays or challenges, so too can our journey towards success.
Yeah, that's where the principle of decision comes in.
Exactly.
But Hill argues that decisiveness is crucial for overcoming obstacles and moving forward. He warns against indecision, which he sees as a form of fear that can paralyze us.
I can definitely relate to that. Sometimes I get so caught up in analyzing all the options
Yeah.
that I end up making no decision at all.
Hill would say that's a trap we need to avoid. He encourages us to trust our instincts to make a choice
Right.
and then commit to it fully. Of course, we might need to adjust our course along the way, but we shouldn't let fear hold us back from making those initial decisions.
That's a great point. And speaking of fear, Hill dedicates an entire chapter to outwitting,
Okay?
what he calls the 6 ghosts of fear.
Ooh, spooky. What are these fearsome ghosts that haunt our path to success?
Well, Hill identifies 6 common fears
Okay.
that can sabotage our efforts. The fear of poverty, criticism, ill health, loss of love, old age, and death.
Wow.
These are pretty universal fears, right?
Absolutely. I think everyone has experienced at least one of those fears at some point in their lives.
And Hill's point is that these fears are nothing more than mental states.
Right.
They're not inherently real. They're just thoughts that we've allowed to take root in our minds.
So if they're just thoughts, we have the power to change them.
Exactly. Hill argues that we can overcome these fears by consciously choosing to focus on positive thoughts and beliefs.
Okay.
He suggests using affirmations, visualization, and other techniques to reprogram our subconscious minds.
This reminds me of Napoleon Hill's son, Blair,
Oh, yeah.
who was born without ears.
Right.
The doctors said he would probably be deaf and mute for life, but Hill refused to accept that prognosis.
That's such a powerful story. Hill was determined to prove the doctors wrong.
Yeah.
He used his own principles of faith and autosuggestion to instill in Blair
Okay.
the belief that he could hear and speak.
And it worked right.
Absolutely. Blair went on to live a full and successful life,
Wow.
proving that our beliefs can have a profound impact on our reality.
Wow, that's truly inspiring. It shows the incredible power of the mind to overcome even seemingly insurmountable obstacles.
It really does. And it brings us to one of the most intriguing principles in the book,
Okay.
the mystery of sex transmutation.
Okay, now we're getting into some interesting territory. What exactly is Hill talking about here?
Well, Hill believed that sexual energy is one of the most powerful forces in the universe. And he argued that this energy can be channeled into creative pursuits.
So he's not saying we should suppress our sexual desires,
No.
but rather that we can harness that energy and redirect it towards our goals.
Exactly. He provides several examples of successful individuals who seem to have mastered this principle using their passion and drive
Right.
to achieve remarkable results in their chosen fields.
That's a fascinating concept.
Yeah.
It aligns with the idea that our thoughts and emotions are forms of energy that can be directed and transformed.
It does. And this leads us into the realm of the subconscious mind, which Hill explores in depth.
Right.
He believed that the subconscious mind holds the key to unlocking our true potential.
He describes it as the connecting link between our conscious thoughts and our physical reality.
Right. Hill argued that we can influence our subconscious mind through autosuggestion, repeatedly feeding it positive thoughts and beliefs until they become ingrained.
So it's almost like reprogramming our subconscious to align with our desires. It's like those vision boards that people create with pictures and affirmations.
Exactly.
We're sending their goals and dreams.
By visually representing our desires, we're sending a powerful message
Right.
to our subconscious mind, reinforcing those beliefs and making them feel more attainable.
It's like planting those seeds of success in the fertile ground of our subconscious.
And Pruitt also emphasized the power of the brain as a broadcasting and receiving station for thought.
Okay.
He believed that our brains are capable of not only sending out thought vibrations, but also receiving them from others.
That's a pretty mind-blowing concept. It's like our thoughts have a tangible energy that can influence those around us.
He even suggested that people with highly developed minds could pick up on the thoughts and ideas of others.
Really?
Almost like telepathy.
Okay, now we're getting into some seriously mystical territory. I'm not sure I'm quite ready to embrace telepathy.
Right.
But I am intrigued by the idea that our thoughts can have an impact beyond our own minds.
It's definitely a thought-provoking concept, and it highlights the interconnectedness of our minds and the power of collective consciousness.
So we've explored the power of desire, faith, persistence, specialized knowledge, the mastermind imagination, organized planning decision, overcoming fear, the mystery of sex transmutation, and the workings of the subconscious mind.
Right.
What's left on our Think and Grow Rich journey?
We've saved the best for last, the sixth sense, which Hill describes as the door to the temple of wisdom.
Ooh, okay. This is where Hill's philosophy delves into the more esoteric, right? It's about tapping into a higher level of awareness and intuition.
Precisely. Hill describes the sixth sense as a higher faculty that allows us to access infinite intelligence, a source of wisdom and guidance beyond our ordinary understanding.
It's like a gut feeling, but on a much deeper level. It's that inner voice that guides us towards our true path.
And Hill believed that the sixth sense could be developed through meditation introspection and by mastering the other 12 principles.
Okay.
As we refine our minds and align ourselves with our deepest desires, we naturally become more attuned to this higher faculty.
Welcome back to the English Podcast Lab. It feels like we've been on quite a journey with Think and Grow Rich.
No, it's a really dense book.
Yeah.
Packed with so many insights. It's amazing how these principles, though written decades ago, are still so applicable in our modern lives.
You know what strikes me is that we often think of success in very material terms. Money, possession, status.
Right.
But Hill seems to be pointing to something much deeper,
Yeah.
a kind of inner success.
Absolutely. It's not just about achieving outward goals.
Right.
It's about cultivating a mindset that attracts success in all areas of life. Relationships, health, creativity.
Right.
It's about becoming the best version of ourselves.
You know, that ties back to what we were discussing earlier about the sixth sense.
Yes.
It's almost like Hill is saying that true success comes from aligning ourselves with a higher purpose, tapping into that inner wisdom.
It's about trusting our intuition, that inner voice that guides us toward what truly resonates with our soul. Hill believed that this sixth sense is available to all of us,
Right.
but it requires us to quiet our minds and listen.
So much of this book is about mastering our thoughts, isn't it?
It is.
It's about recognizing the power of our minds to shape our reality.
It's about understanding that our thoughts are not just fleeting things.
Right.
They have a real impact on our experiences. If we focus on negativity, fear, and doubt, we're likely to attract those experiences into our lives.
Yeah, but if we cultivate a mindset of positivity, belief, and gratitude,
Right.
we open ourselves up to a world of possibilities.
And that's where the principle of autosuggestion comes in.
Right.
Consciously feeding our subconscious minds with empowering thoughts and beliefs.
It's about replacing those limiting beliefs that hold us back with affirmations that support our growth and success.
Yeah, it's like rewiring our brains for success.
It's about recognizing that we have the power to choose our thoughts.
Yes.
And therefore to shape our destiny. We're not just victims of circumstance, we're creators of our own reality.
Absolutely.
You know, Sarah, this whole conversation has been incredibly inspiring.
It has been great.
It's a powerful reminder that we all have the potential to achieve great things if we harness the power of our minds and align ourselves with our deepest desires.
It's about tapping into that burning desire, cultivating unwavering faith,
Right.
persisting through challenges, seeking knowledge, embracing imagination, surrounding ourselves with a supportive mastermind, making decisive choices, overcoming fear, channeling our energy, and trusting our intuition.
It's about embracing all 13 principles of Think and Grow Rich
Yeah.
and weaving them into the tapestry of our lives.
It's about living a life of purpose, meaning, and fulfillment. A life that truly reflects our unique potential.
Well said, Sarah. It's been an absolute pleasure diving deep into Think and Grow Rich with you today.
The pleasure was all mine, Mike.
I always enjoy exploring these topics. And to all of you listening, we hope this deep dive has sparked some new ideas and insights.
Yeah, we encourage you to pick up a copy of Think and Grow Rich.
And embark on your own journey of personal and professional growth.
Remember, success is not just about material wealth. It's about cultivating a mindset that attracts abundance in all areas of life.
And if you enjoyed this deep dive, be sure to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more fascinating explorations of impactful books.
We'll see you next time.
See ya.